Welcome to episode 10 of the Sandyton build series. Today we are going to take a look at the farm. As you can see, it's a pretty simple little build that I've made. Let's go ahead and jump on into the build, and we'll see you back after that for our showcase, and then we'll go ahead and go over how I leveled the building, and then we'll talk about what's coming up next. Here is our level 5 farm. You can see we've got a little water decoration here for the farmer to use. We got a couple of water barrels and buckets. We have just a little bit of storage. If that turns into a problem, we can always modify that later and add in a second rack on top. The only reason I didn't is that the walls will connect to the racks, and I don't like it when it does that. You know, connected with the barrel here, but it's less apparent because the barrel is a solid rack, whereas on a solid block, whereas on the racks you can see through them and you can see it connecting with it, and it just doesn't look that great. We've got a little bit of melon, pumpkin decoration, nothing too fancy. We've used some invisible item frames. Now these aren't available in survival Minecraft, obviously, at least not that I'm aware of. But our builder will go ahead and take normal item frames and just place down the invisible ones and place down our seeds so that everything looks nice and pretty like we intended it to. The other thing I did is that I used stripped oak log walls here, but I used stripped oak wood walls here because if I place these down, you get the bottom texture of the log on the bottom, whereas with the wood you get the bottom texture of the wood. It's just much more appealing. One thing to consider when using Domum Ornamentum And it's a pretty great mod. It uses the vanilla textures for almost all of it. So if we come over here, you'll see a few things that it does not. Oh, they're not in here. They are over here. So these are the individual blocks that are supplied by Domum Ornamentum. So these textures will always be this unless you create your own texture pack to replace them. But otherwise, all of the other blocks that we cut with Domum Ornamentum use the vanilla textures. So when I make these birch planks panels, if you're using a resource pack that obviously has a different texture, it will use that texture instead of the vanilla texture, which is what I'm building in right now. And I think that pretty much wraps it up for our farm. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not, but the farm does not have any requirements, so we don't need to worry about any of that. We can go ahead and jump right on over to our level showcase, and we'll see you over there in just a second. Here we are at our level 5 farm. I thought I'd mix it up today and actually go through the level of the building backwards. You can see we have our level 5 farm. I made those few changes that I mentioned off camera and added another pot in there. Got rid of some of the item frames. I left those ones up there. I thought they were just fine. But let's go ahead and move on to level 4. So what I did at level 4 here is you can see that I took away a little bit of the shelving in the pot. Took away another plant there. I took away the mangrove propagule. So if you haven't found one of those yet, you're just going to have to find one, or you're not going to be able to get your farm up to level 5. I think I changed, took away melon and a pumpkin. Nothing real major there. Moving on to level 3, our roof is still the same. Took away a little bit more of the shelving over here. Let's see. I took away the barrel and water bucket here from this side. You can see that's missing now. And it's basically just the process of leveling backwards. I didn't change up the water fountain yet. You can see that I've been doing, or I started to do the simple block replacement. That was just to select either the sand bricks or the sandstone bricks and do a 25% replacement with sandstone. Moving on to level 2, we get a more simplified roof without the Domum Ornamentum panel cut blocks. Our table is here. We lose some of the other decorations. Our water bucket, or water barrel and bucket, and one of our racks is missing over there, and we just simplify things. We get a little bit more sandstone mix in, and we get rid of the mud bricks. Make things a little bit easier at level 2, and at level 1 we get rid of most everything else. It's really simple, really basic, and that is all we need for a farm. That pretty much wraps it up for our farm build for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. That'll help get the video out there a little bit further. Leave any comments or questions down below. Tomorrow we'll be taking a look at the fishermen. Hopefully you'll all join me then. As always, I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you, and bye-bye.